Thanks for joining me today. This is Danny. And welcome back to my FTP Infinity world. You might notice that I traded in my Draconic pajamas for some crazy, wicked-looking Draconic armor. It's actually the same thing. They just changed the texture of the Draconic armor. It's pretty cool. Looks less like pajamas now. So, thanks for joining me today. I said that already, and we are going to see that little out in my window on the left there, that little house. We're going to go over there today because what that is Slender TT's house. And actually, we don't. My son Tristan, that is his house. It was my house when I first started this world, and then I decided to move out into something bigger and better, and that was this house over here. He took over this house, but he doesn't play on the server very much. It's pretty rare that he comes and hangs out with us on this server. So, beautiful sunrise over the ocean. So he hasn't really had any time to do anything interesting with this old place. It still doesn't have a roof, and yeah, and it's just a box. So what we're going to do today is we are going to secretly surprise. We are going to build a little surprise building for Slender TT, and we're going to rebuild his base. And because of where it's located, out here on this little island just off the coast, it seems quite fitting that it should be a lighthouse, right? Because that is exactly where you would want a lighthouse. I want to make it look like kind of an old-fashioned lighthouse, something that you would see like maybe in the Great Lakes or something, because that's where I live, in the Great Lakes area. So those are the lighthouses that I see. The challenge, of course, is going to be making the lighthouse part of it round. Using square blocks, so that'll be a little bit of a challenge. Of course, it's not going to be perfectly round, but at least maybe we can make it kind of octagonal or something, so that it's a little bit less squarey. And then we're going to have a torch. Wait a minute, a torch? We're going to have a lighthouse with a torch. Now, lighthouses need to be bright, right? I mean, we can't just have a torch in a lighthouse. And of course, glowstone has pretty much the same level of brightness. So we put a piece of glowstone in there, it's also going to have the same level of brightness too. Well, you may have heard me talk in the past about the possibility, and I haven't committed to this yet, but the possibility of getting into Thaumcraft. But I was looking for a reason, because Thaumcraft is so grindy and it's so much work, that I decided if I'm going to get into Thaumcraft, I need to have a good reason. And I was asking you guys, any of you Thaumcraft fans out there, to give me a reason, and then I would do it if you gave me a reason. But nobody did. But you know what? I came up with a reason. Arcane lamp. And we're not going to do this today, but that's going to be one of my Thaumcraft motivations, is that I want to make an arcane lamp which is much brighter than a torch. It has a much larger radius that it lights up, and that seems like that would be a little more appropriate for a lighthouse. So, something to look forward to in the future, but for now, we're probably just going to stick a piece of glowstone in there. And actually, you know what I might do? We could actually, there are let's see, lanterns that we could use to give it kind of that classic, but of course, you know, they have the same light radius. We have the Railcraft lanterns, and then we also have the Bibliocraft lanterns. And then Project Red has a bunch of different lanterns too. Actually, you know, I have not played with the Project Red illumination lanterns at all, so let's do that. Let's play with those, because I haven't done them before. So yeah, so that's our plan today. I'm going to do kind of probably my typical build style. We're going to talk a little bit about decisions, making decisions and what style we're going to build it in, and kind of framing things out and all that. And they'll have a time lapse, third-person time lapse of me building the building. and then we'll do a tour at the end. Sound good? Good. So let's get started. So what's this goofy looking thing? Whoops. This is my test palette. So so far this is what I'm kind of leaning toward as materials. Of course, I'm going to tear this down. This is just kind of a block chart, I guess you could say. We've got small whitestone bricks down here from Mine Factory Reloaded. I'm going to use that kind of as a foundation block. We won't really see much of it because most of that will be underground. And then I've got white woolen clay. It's not perfect because it still looks a lot like wool, but it's about as close to white, like kind of stucco kind of thing. I mean, I would like to have white clay, but there is no such a thing. There is no such thing because white clay is pink. And then I've got, for a shingle, I've got this. Take a guess what that is. That is chiseled nether brick made of guts. That's what it's called. Nether brick made of guts. But it's basically just nether brick chiseled with the chisel. And I think that's what I'm going to go with. Even though it's called nether brick made of guts, it actually kind of looks pretty close to a typical Great Lakes lighthouse shingle. And then I'm going to maybe do that for the soffit panels. I'm thinking, like a soffit panel kind of thing. I might do something different there, though. I'm not quite sure. But those are the materials I'm thinking of using. Of course, there's going to be trim and stuff to make it look more finished when it's finished. But yeah, these are my base blocks. So I'm going to start framing this thing out with my base blocks now. I'm going to start out using my exchanger to do that. I'm probably going to end up rebuilding a lot of this house, like the shape of it and stuff, but this should make things a little easier if we at least start out with the material that we want to be using. I love this thing. This mod, what is that? The Endertech mod. It's got a few different items. Most of them are kind of overpriced versions of things that already exist in other mods rather. But this thing, this exchanger is just awesome. It's oh crap, we're already out of, wow. I extended my range of my ME wireless terminal. I can actually access it. I can't even see my house from here, but I can access my ME terminal from here. That is awesome. We can auto craft. Let's actually do like 200 of them. I did excuse me, I had like 110. How have I already used that much? Really? Wow. Inverted white cage lamp. decided to go with a cage lamp because I think it looks a little bit like a lighthouse lamp. A little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. Because in real life, a lighthouse lamp is there's my cameraman. Is a little smaller than you would expect, but there's a very large lens in front of it, and I mean it's a cage isn't a lens, but I want to see. Let's see. Why don't we? I'm not sure if this thing will place upside down. Oh, it does. Oh, nice. It's very small, but okay. And then maybe what we could do is throw all of our glass down there. Is encase it in glass to make it look like it's like there's a lens over it. Now that night is coming, I'd like to get rid of some of these lights out here around the lighthouse. Just to see how this looks in the dark. It looks okay. I want it to be brighter, but the bottom is way too fat, which is I ended up making it taller because it just looked silly and stubby. Because I'm trying to get a tapered effect, you know, but you know what, it's not that bad. I think I might leave it. The carpenter blocks, you have so many options of different shapes, like just all these different kinds of shapes. You can almost practically make a circle with them. You can see this is, well, that's a regular one. This is kind of a little triangle piece, and then there's some other, like this one right here is a weird shape, and there's another one here. Alright, the base is nearly done. There's a couple of tiny little finishing touches I'd like to add to it.
Wait,
And
you're
and Tristan has not seen it yet. There it is. Oh, what are you doing?
Ooh, whoa. What the? How did you? Oh yeah.
That
This is cool.
isn't it?
It's cool. It's weird too. I'm gonna get my draconic staff out.
Just yeah, don't.
Hey, my trophy rack.
Yeah, I moved your trophy rack. So this is
Hey, diamond chest.
this is the outhouse or the outhouse.
That's an outhouse.
Actually, it probably should have an outhouse. The old
Does it even have a bathroom?
it doesn't have a bathroom.
All right, then add an outhouse.
The old lighthouses did have outhouses.
Ooh, I'm gonna go to sleep.
You can go to sleep in your new bed. You can see what it looks like in the morning. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy with this build. This was, of all the builds that I've done, this was one of the. So this is the inside.
Ah! All right, I need to turn my.
I still have some finishing touches I would like to do in here because I didn't really want the walls to be white in here. I wanted them to be like painted different colors, but we'll get to that. So here's kind of the wood burning stove. This is where they would cook. You know, they'd also heat the house with this. There's our little kitchen table, and of course we want more stuff in here, but we'll get to that. And then this is kind of the living room area. Do you want to come and tour the house with me?
Sure. I'm just walking around in it.
And here's Tristan's workshop.
Whoa, the draconic armor looks different.
Oh yeah, they changed the draconic. It looks like Lego heads now. No,
Yeah.
just kidding. Back door. And I was thinking it would be cool to have like a coat rack or something here. And then here's the upstairs.
Dude, I'm not to respond to it.
No, it's cool. And this is the bedroom. And there could be a couple bedrooms up here, and maybe even a little hallway.
What's over here?
Nothing yet.
Yet.
But we could have 2 bedrooms up here with kind of a wall, maybe a little hallway over here. And then if you keep going up, and then fall down.
Whoa. Dude, there's a hole.
Yeah, I did that on purpose so that we can fly up here really quickly. Because taking the stairs and the ladder could be a little cumbersome.
This room is cooler than your base.
Yeah, this is, isn't it? I almost like this better than my base.
Almost?
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, so this is like, okay, so in a real lighthouse, this is very similar to how it would be set up. Except you wouldn't really have a ladder. Well, I guess you could. Some of the lighthouses might. Or you might just have a really steep stairs going up into the lighthouse. And this is where the lighthouse keeper would put the oil in the light and light the lamp every night. They'd have to come up here and light the lamp. Oh, I forgot something. I forgot that we're supposed to have a desk. There's supposed to be a desk up here so that you can log. So that you can take a log, maybe like right over here would be a nice place for a desk. So that the lighthouse keeper can write a log of whatever events take place at the lighthouse, or whatever they see going on out on the water. We got the Railcraft smoker up at the top of the chimney, and it is actually lined up with where the fireplace is down here. There's the chimney goes all the way through the house. I was actually thinking of putting an arcane lamp up in because I'm thinking about getting into Thaumcraft, so I was thinking about putting an arcane lamp up here. The only problem with the arcane lamp is it isn't. I mean, you almost can't do this in Minecraft, but it doesn't look like a single source of light. It actually spreads a bunch of light sources all around. So it isn't really going to have the true lighthouse effect. I'd really like it to somehow look like there's light kind of beaming out from there, but that's I don't think there's a way to do that. Oh, and then of course there's a little garden because living in a lighthouse is pretty isolated. so they have to have some way of growing food because they only get shipments of food every so often.
Well, your house is over there, and you have like all the food in the world.
Yeah,
so.
right. But in a real lighthouse, they would have a garden because they would be very isolated out here.
I only have 5 marble. That's not good.
This was one of those builds, like one of the only builds I've ever done that just kind of came together really easily for me. Like there was I didn't have any period where I was kind of like, no, I don't like it, and then had to redo stuff. It was pretty much everything I did looked good to me right from the start. Except, I mean, the woolen clay is almost a little too squishy looking, but
Here's all my marble.
it's not bad. But we do still have some detail work. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any comments about the lighthouse, please let me know. Or if you have any suggestions or little details that we can add or whatever. So I hope you join me next time when... I'm not sure what I'm going to do next time. I'm going to be getting into Thaumcraft soon. And I'm still looking for reasons. I'm still looking for some justification, so if you have any for me, some cool things I can do with Thaumcraft that would make it all worthwhile, let me know. And, yeah. There was something else. Yeah, whatever. If you enjoyed this, click the like button, share it with your friends, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.